For people inside the US, there is a really easy option. There is a hi, Freddie.
Hello, Freddie.
Yeah, for people inside the US, there's a really easy and simple option where you can have your handheld and you can move your IRA 401k into metals. It's seamless and it's really easy. So we're happy with that. And if you want to do that, get in contact with us. We'll help you. Outside the US, we found it really difficult. We're going to be honest. We found one option, but it's not a great option. And that's why we've not promoted it, because we don't think it's good for people. If anyone's asked us and said, look, is there a way? We've said, yes, this is possible, but be aware of these restrictions. You can only buy gold. You can only do this. You can't do this. And it's not been great. But we think we've come up with an option that might be good for some people. And it's not for us to say whether you should do this or not. We just want to give you the option. So let me share this. We've had quite a few people say, I've got my retirement, my pension with a institution, and I'm just going to take it out. And I know I'm going to be taxed 40% to do that. But I'd rather be in control of what's left than leave the 100% that's out of my control. And we said, wow, that's a big chunk to take, to take the hit on. And why we've not really said, oh yeah, great, just everyone take your pension out, because 40% is a big chunk. You need to really be careful when you're doing that. However, we think there's a way that people can actually make that money back and even more. So it puts them in control and gives them a better financial future. So
it was just sorry, just to add to that, Adam.
Yeah,
it was just something we never looked at before, because we just thought it's going to take too long to get back to where you were. The cards were off the table completely. But because of what we're able to do now, it's possible that the cards can be back on the table, and it's just another option for people that we didn't think we had before. That we didn't have before. Simple as that. But it's just an option that it just wouldn't be fair if we didn't share this with you, with people. It wouldn't be fair if we didn't share it. So,
can I just ask a question? This may be a dumb question.
Go for it.
But I'm a resident in Dubai, so it means that I am tax-free. What would happen if a UK citizen, like I am, who has a pension fund in the UK, became a Dubai resident? They would no longer be subject, with their pension, to UK taxes. I'm just asking the question at the moment because I don't know the answer. I know from a business point of view that any money I make in the UK, because I'm a Dubai resident, is not subject to any form of taxation in the UK. Because, yes, I'm a UK citizen on a British passport, but I am a Dubai resident. This may be something we could look at.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, possibly.
It's something worth looking at, that, isn't it? Without a doubt.
I think the distinction you've made there is really important as well, is that you can be a UK citizen, but not a UK taxpayer.
Correct.
And those two things can, for most people that live in the UK, they're born in the UK, they're a UK resident and they're a UK taxpayer, and those two things go together. And look, just so you know, this is a complex topic. We're no experts in it, but you raise a good point. If you become a citizen of another country, then
no, I'm still a citizen of the UK. I'm just a resident in Dubai, which makes me taxable.
Yeah. So a resident, you could still be a UK taxpayer, or you could also not be a UK taxpayer. So those two things can, it can be fluid, and it depends where you spend your time. And there's different rules in different countries. So, but definitely something worth looking at, for sure.
Yeah, we've talked a lot about it recently, Adam, haven't we? So we've discussed it a lot behind the scenes recently.
There's definitely options out there. In this scenario, I guess we're looking at the worst case. People that they're staying where they are, we're taking 40%, which is usually the highest amount that people would pay, just to see what's possible. Let's just throw it out there. So let's imagine that people have £150,000 of pension value, of retirement value. Some people have more, some people have less. We'll start with that figure. If you're taxed at 40%, you give up £60,000 just to the government to have access to your money, which is absolutely infuriating. That
will probably go into the government pension funds for all the politicians.
Yeah, exactly.
Listen, I mean, sorry, it's actually criminal because
yeah,
people pay tax when you work.
Yeah.
You then put money into a pension, which you pay tax on, and then they tax it again. So,
and then when you buy things, you pay VAT again, and then when you want to leave it to your family, you pay tax again.
What is the point in working? You might as well not work and go and have social security and live off the dole. What is the point?
There's so many people doing that?
Why would anybody willingly give 40% to somebody that doesn't do anything for them? Look, let's say, for instance, I'm going to go and dig a garden for somebody, right? And we say that's going to be, we'll pay you £500 to dig my garden.
Mm-hmm.
So I start to dig the garden, and some man that I've never even seen before walks up to me and says, "Oh, but I'm going to take 20% of the money that he's just paid you." And I said, "Well, I don't know who you are, and I've got no contractual arrangement with you.
And you didn't dig the garden. He was doing the work.
Exactly,
you haven't
but
digged the garden.
He'll take it off you. That's what we're living in, and I mean that's horrendous. I'm sick of it all. I'm just sick of it.
Yeah,
thank you.
Same. Yeah, absolutely. And this is why, because it was such a big amount, this is why we didn't look at it as a viable option, because who wants to lose 40%? Really? Well, let's play it out and see. Some people still might not want to, but some people it may be an option. So let's see. So you're taxed at 40%. So you have 90,000 left over, which is, very, very sobering experience. So here's where we're going to just kind of through a small amount of maths. So please don't switch off if you kind of, you don't like maths, but it's important to know this. You don't have to, you would think, well, I just have to gain 40% back. It's not actually 40%. It's 60,000 that you need to gain back, but that's not 40%, and we'll show you why. So you start with 150. 40% of 150 is 60,000. Okay. So you have to get back 60,000. But your new starting point is 90,000. And 40% of 90,000 is not 60,000. Okay. So what you're looking at is you need to get 60,000 from 90,000. And that means your 90,000 needs to grow by 66% to get back to 150.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me put it one other way, and not to confuse people, just to give you a contrast. If you have 100,000 and you lose 50%, you're down to 50,000. Your 50,000 needs to make 100% to get back to where you were.
Yeah.
And this is what you don't get taught about. They don't tell you. But the reality is, what they take off you, what you're left with, then has to work even harder to get back to where you started. Again, another reason why a lot of people don't want to do this. We get it. So look, the target is 66,000, not 40,000, not 40%. 66%, not 40%. Yeah. So let's take one example. If you just held gold with your 90,000 and see what happened. Well, we're using the same figures over the last 3 years that we did when Charlie asked us. We know what that looks like. It's a compound return over 3 years of just under 30%. Okay, so remember the target is 66%. So at this point, you would have an end value of 116, nearly 117,000. You've waited 3 years to do it. You're still off your 150,000 start point. Remember, this is all just to get you back to where you were.
Mm-hmm.
With the performance of gold, that's one thing, that's one element. With switching, that's another element. Think of it like this. Let's imagine you're trying to lose some weight. and you say, I'm going to eat less, I'm going to consume less, that's one element to get you to your target. If you say, I'm going to eat less and I'm going to exercise, so your productivity, your kind of output increases, that's two elements helping you reach your target. Well, this is how we see the growth of metals and switching. Two elements that are helping you reach your target. So if you take the same 90,000 and you switch, and we took the same switching values that we did in the last presentation, because the numbers are still the same. We know this has actually happened. It's not guesswork.
It's fact, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, it's all happened. Then over the same 3 years, buying gold, having the performance of the gold and the switching together, in that 3 years, you could gain 72%. Now, this paints a whole nother picture, because for someone that were looking to take their pension out, their retirement funds out, be taxed 40%, and then in 3 years be back, well, a little bit more than where they started, and own it and control it and be able to do what they want with it, to be able to draw on it when they want, and have complete control of their personal financial economy in 3 years, we think this becomes way more attractive than before.
Calling all US citizens. Check out the link in the description to get your free Gold Busters ebook.